Welcome back to Smok'n Jay's Garage. If you are like me, then you can never have enough bumpers on your boat because you do not want to scratch your boat on the dock. At least, that's how I am. Now, when I bought this new boat, you've probably seen this in a video before. I did a review on it. If you didn't, go check it out. This is my 2020 Yamaha 242X. Now, I've got a cleat back here, but my water line is right about here. So this cleat is maybe fine for a dock line, but if you try to put a bumper on it, let me grab my bumper here and I'll show you. You put your bumper on there, your water line is here, so this floats up like this, doesn't really get anywhere that you need it to be. So I need another cleat somewhere up here, but the closest cleat is actually right here. So I do put a bumper on here, and I also hang a bumper off of my tower, but I like one a little bit towards the back. Even from here, that's a lot of the back of your boat that you can get skewed on the dock a little bit and you can bang up your transom, which I don't want to do. So I got one of those suction cup things. Got one right here, I'll even show you. These things are supposed to be really good, right? You suction cup them on, and they're supposed to hold pretty good. And they appear as though they do, but I've lost 3 of them already. 2 of them, well, I mean, I lost the same one 3 times. I found it twice. The 3rd time, I actually lost it with one of my nice big bumpers, and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I needed to find something else, and that's what this video is about, how to put a new cleat on. I'm going to show you this cleat that I found that is pretty cool. I'm going to show you how to put it on, okay? So let's step inside of the boat, and I'll give you a better look at it. Well, wait. Watch this. We got this bumper on. Bumper's off. Bumper's on. Now we'll go into the boat and I'll show you what that is, okay? So I found these on the internet. A gentleman has his friend who either sells them or makes them. I should have paid more attention. But I will leave a link to these in the description for you to get them if you're interested. So what these are, these obviously screw down into your, wherever you want, into your boat. And then push button, they pop out. And that is what you're actually going to see on your boat. Push back in. So I've got one installed already right here. Check this out. We pop that off. We've got our bumper off. And that's what shows up on our boat, which is not ugly by any means. I have a piece of sea deck for this on order right now. So once I get that, I'm going to pull this back out, put this over the top of the sea deck. I think it's going to get even a nicer look. It's going to blend in even better. You're not even going to notice it. But right now, it doesn't look bad. It allows you to put your bumper on easily, a nice secure attachment. Now I drilled a hole in my transom here, which was a little bit apprehensive for me. If you're apprehensive about drilling a 3/4 inch hole through the side of your boat, don't worry about it. You can get by with an 11/16 inch hole, okay? 13/16, I don't know. Not that good with math. I also put a, as it came just like this. So obviously you got the nut on it. I wanted to put a washer on the back so that we would have a little bit more to pull through. And then I thought, while I'm doing that, I'm going to put a nice big piece of wood behind there also. Really make sure that I don't pull through on this. Obviously, this is not for anchoring. This is not for using your dock lines. This is only to hold a bumper. But I don't want anything pulling through. I'd rather it be too strong than too weak. So I went ahead and I got those extra things. I got a lock washer, but I had a hard time getting it to really snug up on that washer because you've got nothing really to hold on to on the top. You do have, you can put the 5/8 inch wrench on the back side here, and then you can tighten up, but there's not a whole lot of room under there. Now I did this side first because I've got wires that run through here for my transom radio, and I wanted to make sure that I got it lined up here without having to get those wires in the way or anything. So I did this side first. I've got that side marked in the same place because that's all open, so I can put that anywhere I want. I think I showed you already what this looks like without it on. Actually, it looks pretty nice. Looks like it kind of belongs there. So I went 15 inches off the back of my tower, and then I centered it in between this. And that gave me, I've got a connector right here and a connector right here, roughly, that holds my radio wires in. And I've got the whole spot here is pretty open, other than those wires that ran through there. So let's go over to the other side and I'll show you how we do this. All right, so here's our side that we're ready to go. I put blue tape down here because I don't want any cracks or anything. That's going to help hold everything. It's going to keep all of the dust also on top of here. It's going to blow off easily. Now, you do not want to just drill right through your fiberglass because you might crack it. Also, when you get a drill bit to start, a drill bit tends to walk a little bit. So I didn't start out with a drill bit. I started out with an actual countersinking bit, because that's not going to walk on me. So I'm going to just start that. There we go. Look at how nice of a hole we got started, and it did not walk on us at all. We got it exactly where we wanted. Now you can either drill small holes and slowly get bigger, because you don't want to just go through with that, right? Because you're going to crack something. So I got a step bit. So I will go down slowly. I've got it marked at 5/8, and I've got tape over it, so I hopefully don't go too far. Now, I got this at the Home Depot for $40 frickin'. Now, you can buy like a set of 3 of these step bits at Harbor Freight for like $6. I don't know how good they are. I haven't tried them, but I thought for something like this, I don't want to get a cheap one. So I started, just for practice one time, I went through, I got a fiberglass pipe, and I drilled out and just kind of tried it. I figured if I don't crack the fiberglass, the plastic PVC pipe, maybe I got a better chance of doing this, you know, just to kind of get a feel for it and how this works. I had never used it before. So now this is going to drill me a hole slowly until I get to the size that I need. You are not going to put much pressure. You're going to go as straight as you can. Now, I've already done this, but make sure you know what is on the other side of whatever you're drilling through. I'm going to finish this, and we'll be right back once I get down to the end of this bit, okay? Alright, there I am down to my 5/8 that I've got marked. Now I'm going to put my actual 5/8 inch drill bit in, and I'm going to drill through all the way, because obviously that's a stepped hole. If you take a look at that hole, you might be able to see that it is not completely round. Put your drill bit in, well, it's round, but it's cone shaped because that's what we did. Now I'm going to put my bit in, but I'm going to run it backwards because I don't want this sharp edge cutting in there and digging in farther than I want. So I'm actually running my drill in reverse. I'm going to use just a little bit of pressure. Take your time. You don't want to crack anything, especially if you've got a new boat. Even if you don't have a new boat, you don't want to screw it up. Now I've got my 11/16, I believe. 11/16, yep. 11/16 bit in here. And I'm going to run through, still in reverse. Before I do that, though, I'm going to go back here with my countersinking bit, and I'm going to widen out that hole just a little bit for me. That's going to help this bit to start easier, because we've already got now, on the very edge, a slightly larger hole than what we're going for. Now, due to the limited availability on the inside of here and camera angles, I am going to go through. I'm going to try to get my drill bit on the other side. And I'm just going to drill out that hole to get the back side looking nice. Not that anybody's going to see it, but I care. So let me do that, and I will be right back. Now's a good time for a beer break, if that's your thing. All right, so let's take a look at our hole. I got a nice hole through there. I reamed it out very slightly with my countersinking bit. So we can go ahead, before I pull my tape off, I already checked this, but I'll show you that this does fit down the hole. Okay, so we want to make sure that that does fit before we pull our tape off and get ready. Now I'm using, obviously I only need one hole, but depending on the type of cleat you're using, if you're using more of a traditional cleat, you're going to need 2 holes, possibly 4 if you've got these retractable ones. They actually have a large hole here that allows this to retract, and then a small hole here and here where they actually bolt in. So you may need 4 holes depending on what you're doing. For us, we only need that 1 hole. I'm going to go ahead and clean this area up a little bit. And I've got my vacuum here. I'm going to obviously vacuum all this extra stuff up and out from inside, but we're not going to do that on camera because you can figure out how to do that on your own. Now, I made these blocks of wood. I stained them, made sure that they would fit under here. They're about the right width. This is 4.5 inches. This is a 4-inch board. So I'm going to set that right in there. I've already measured it, and I pre-drilled it. So all I need to do, pop this off. I'm going to go with the nut that it came with and a washer that I bought. They should have put a washer with this. I think they didn't, but I would recommend putting a washer with it. The other thing that I did not do, I didn't put any caulk or any type of sealant because I know I'm going to pull this back out again in 2-3 weeks, whatever, when I get my C-deck. So I don't want the caulk or whatever and adhesive stuck to that. I am going to do that when I do it for my final time, though. In the meantime, I don't want this metal touching my fiberglass, even though I'm never going to take this off, or if I do, I'm going to have a gaping hole, right? So even if I stop using these, I've got to leave them in. So what I did is I took a piece of plastic. This is actually just a Ziploc bag, and I'm going to slide this over right on top of there. So now I've got just that thin layer of plastic that is actually, that's what's going to actually touch my boat in between this. And I need to trim this just a tiny bit more, it looks like, because I don't want any plastic sticking out. It looks like I'm going to have just a tiny bit of plastic sticking out. I don't want that. So give me a minute and I'm going to go trim this and we will be back. Alright, I got that trimmed up on the back side there. That's probably just me being overly anal. I don't know that you need to do that or that it's even going to do anything. But I want to make sure that it doesn't stick out once I put that in. Alright. So, we got our board on the back side and our nut. And we're going to crawl in over here. Try to put all this on. This is your view from the inside. That's what we've got to look like on the back side. And as you can see on the front side, I do have a little tiny bit of a gap right there due to the contour, I believe, of the boat. Once I put the C-deck on there, that should all be gone. But it does have a little bit of a gap right now. There we go. A boom. That is going to make docking for us a lot easier, I think, because not only do I have that extra bumper there, but look at how easy that is to pop your bumper off. This is attached to your rope. I keep my bumpers here in my wet storage. I'm just going to throw that in there when I'm ready. Hop on the back. Whoops. This works, really. I've been doing this before. There we go. Put that on. That same bumper, if I want to switch to the other side, obviously I have another end if I want to hook my bumper to it, because each one comes with an end. But I can just use that same end. I can pop it on either side, whichever side I want to dock on, okay? I'm going to leave the information on this in the description, so check that out if you are interested. If you're watching this video for the first time, or this channel for the first time, this is probably your first time watching this video. If you haven't already and you want to, boom, please subscribe.